Hello students, I think you have watched the previous videos of chapter 1, Nature and Purpose of Management, and I hope you've understood the meaning of management. As I told you earlier, that management is a process of getting things done through others to achieve some organizational goals in an efficient and effective manner. I hope you've got the difference between the terms efficiency and effectiveness. A quick recapitulation: efficiency is related to accomplishment of given work at lesser amount of cost, whereas effectiveness is related to accomplishment of the given work on the given time. So children, today we are going to discuss about the features of management. What are the basic characteristics or features of management which will help you to identify the concept of management? Children, nowadays the business studies question paper is full of case studies. So you should be able to identify each and every concept very, very clearly. So now I'm going to discuss each and every characteristic of management in details. So the first characteristic of management, as given by the definition, is management is a goal-oriented process. Children, every organization is set up to achieve a predetermined goal, a predetermined standard. Children, if it is a school, the predetermined objective is to serve the students in the best possible manner, to teach them, to give them holistic education. If it is a hospital, the objective of a hospital is to see to it that the patients are getting the best of the treatment. And if it is a business organization, the main objective, of course, is to earn profit, whereas there are certain ancillary objectives of business as well. Like you all know, there are some social and human objectives as well. So children, what manager has to do is, manager has to unite the efforts of all the people who are working in the organization and lead them towards the achievement of the common organizational goal. So a manager here acts as a team leader. The manager or a group of managers here act as a team leader who directs the effort of all the employees towards the achievement of organizational goals. So children, managers first of all set the organizational goals and they see to it that all the people are working towards the achievement of the organizational goals. Now children, let us discuss the second characteristic of management, that is management is a pervasive function or management is a universal concept. Now what does this term pervasive means? The meaning of pervasive is a concept which is applicable everywhere in the world. Just like coronavirus. You see, coronavirus is spread across the world and each and every prime minister and president of the country is trying to tackle the problem in their own different ways. But managerial activities are taking place in every place of the world. If we relate this to the organization, the managerial activities are required not only in the business but in every type of organization, whether it is small or big, whether it's a school or hospital, whether it's a profit-making or non-profit making organization, whether it's a company of India or whether it's a company of UK or anywhere in the world. The managerial activities are performed by the managers everywhere. So this means that management is pervasive or it is a universal concept, right? But that doesn't mean that the same management skill or managerial activities are followed everywhere in the world. The way of managing or the way of tackling with the problems may be different. Every people may have different approaches. Now, our Prime Minister has declared a lockdown. The same lockdown has been declared in almost every country. Now, what has Russian government done? Russian government has left some lines so that the people cannot come out of their houses. right? So that is their way of dealing with the problem, tackling with the problem. But they are also managing. Our Prime Minister is also managing. So we can say, children, that management is all pervasive or universal concept. Children, the third feature of management is a dynamic concept. Dynamic means that it keeps on changing from time to time, situation to situation, organization to organization, and place to place. Let me give an example to it. Children, we also as human beings live in an ever-changing environment. Sometimes it's very hot, sometimes it's very cold, sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it's a pandemic. But children, we have to adapt to the changing business environment. We have to tackle with the problems which are posed by the changing business environment. Similarly, children, a business is also surrounded by several types of environment. It's the economic environment, the technological environment, the legal environment, the social environment of the business always keeps on changing. Now see, children, there are so many changes coming up in the technology almost every day. So if a business fails to adapt itself to the changes which are taking place in the technology or in the society or in the legal aspects, a business will fail to survive. So children, a management should be dynamic. They should not be static. They should not be stagnant. They should keep on changing their ways. They should keep on changing their activities from time to adapt to the changing business environment. Right, children? So the next feature of management is a group activity. Children, any manager cannot perform the function of management in isolation. It's not possible at all. They can achieve the organizational goals only with the help of people working with them. So children, management also is a teamwork which gets the work done through the employees of the organization. Hence, it is known as a group activity whereby a group of people see to it that the organizational objectives are achieved. Next feature is management is a continuous function. Continuous, why, children? Because I told you about the 5 functions of management, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. All these 5 functions of management needs to be done regularly in the business. The business cannot plan for one and sit back and say, okay, the same plan will work every time in every situation in the business. That is not possible. You have to keep on changing your plans from time to time. A business just cannot organize its resources and say, okay, next 10 years, 15 years, I'll do with the same resources. It's not possible. You have to arrange for the resources every time. If there are shortage of human beings in the organization, the company needs to hire more employees in the organization. The management needs to give continuous direction to its people so that the people are motivated and they do not lose enthusiasm for their work. As far as controlling is concerned, children, the manager has to continuously control and review and see that the work is done according to the predetermined standard. So all this is done not just for once, but it is done in a continuous manner in the organizations. Hence, it is a continuous process. Children, the next feature of management is multi-dimensional. Children, please understand this word. A manager has to be a multitasker because there is several things which a manager needs to manage here. Children, here are basically 3 things which a manager needs to manage. Number 1, management of work. Children, each and every organization is set up for doing a particular work. So a manager needs to see to it that the work is done in a proper manner. Like children, the making of timetable in a school is to see that the work of teaching is going on in an uninterrupted manner in suitable interval. So what a manager did is, a manager is managing the work. If a teacher is absent sometime in an organization, a manager has to manage the classes. He has to set the substitution classes so the classes do not get vacant. In the similar manner, children, if an employee is absent in an organization, the manager has to see that the work is uninterrupted and there is no disruption in the work process. So children, a manager first of all has to manage the work. Now children, the manager cannot manage the work by ignoring the people who are working, because after all it's the employees who are working in the organization. So children, secondly, the manager has to manage the people. How manage the people? See children, the people have different mentality. They have different expectations from the company. They come from different family backgrounds. They have different perceptions. So a manager has to see to it that they can reconcile the interest, the attitude, the behavior, the backgrounds, everything of an employee towards the organizational goals. They should try to motivate the employees in the best possible manner they can, because however good an employee is, if he is not motivated, he will cease to work in an efficient manner. So children, management of work is also one of the multi-dimension of business organization. And last but not least, management of operations. Management of operation means this is related to production of goods. Children, you know children, whenever production of goods takes place, there are various series of activities which are there accruing to it. You know children, the purchasing of raw materials, putting it into the machinery, then converting it into the semi-finished goods, then converting it into the finished goods, keeping it into the godown. So it relates to a series of activities. So a manager has to see to it that all these operations are done properly in a business organization. So children, management is multi-dimensional, or a manager is a multitasker. Why? It has three dimensions: management of work, management of people, and management of operations. So children, the next feature of management is an intangible force. Children, many times in the news we see that Tata company has contributed so much to CSR. Ambani's has done this for the society. Or the employees of a particular organization has been recognized, they have been given awards, they are very satisfied, they are very happy in the organization. The organization runs very smoothly, the people are efficient, the people are loyal to the organization, and everything goes on well. So children, management cannot be seen, but it can be felt by the orderliness in the organization. Management can be felt when the people in the organization are happy. Management can be felt where there is no chaotic situation in the organization and everything goes on very smoothly. All the functionaries are working in their own respective fields in the best possible manner. So children, management is an intangible force which increases the goodwill or reputation of the company. We know the name of the company, the famous companies, by the name of their managers only. Why? Because they have been able to effectively manage the company. So children, I hope you understand that why management is an intangible force. The management is an intangible force because it leads to orderliness in the organization and it disrupts the chaotic situation in the organization and people are satisfied and happy in the organization. So management cannot be seen but it can be felt. So hence management is an intangible force. That's all for the features of management. I hope you all have understood children. So please take out a notebook and a pen and jot down the important points of the topic. And as I have told you children, please classify each and every topic into subtopics. It will be easier for you to study as well as write the answers. Thank you so much children.